Hey, welcome back to another Fusion Basics episode. This is part of a series where we take different aspects of Davinci Resolve and we just take 5 minutes or less to educate you on important parts. In today's episode, we're going to be talking about how to connect nodes into multiple other nodes and how that benefits you. So if we look at the same node tree that we looked at in the last episode, we can see our text is merged over a black background. Just for repetition's sake, so we can see it, we can take this alpha channel down to 0, but only when it's a black background. And we can see now we just have a simple transparent background set to our timeline resolution. We can always change that over here. If we take off auto resolution, we can change this to 1080 and then we have a square. So let's go ahead and take a look at what we can do with this text node. So if we wanted to, we can actually take this same output, pipe it into the input of this same merge we have right here. And if we move this one over, we have two of the same text without having to do any duplication. So we have two of the exact same text without having to do any sort of duplication or any copy pasting of any nodes. We just have two texts we can interact with and change individually. We can even add other nodes into here. So if we take this blur node and hold shift as we're hovering over this pipe right here, it'll insert itself into this pipeline and we can just blow this up really big and we can see now one text isn't blurred, but one text is, but it's the exact same text. So if we delete that, we can actually come into here, change this, and it'll change it for both of them. This is really nice if you just want to have the same text popping up over and over and over again, or if you want to have something put into something else, you can do one effect one way, one effect another way. So let's actually drag in a video clip that I have sitting over here on my other screen, and let's just pipe it over the background node so we can see what it looks like. Let's not forget to put that back on. And we can see actually, because our background node is not set to the same resolution as this video is, it's actually cropped. So what we can do is make a transform node, scale it down. Doesn't matter how big or small it is. We just want to take a look at it and see it. We can move this up so we can have a little more space. And let's go ahead and do another merge just by putting the output into the output. Whenever you do output into output, it will always make a merge node. If I say just merge it over itself or merge it over something, I'm telling you put the output on the output of the node that we're merging over. If we were to just simply do a shift space and add in another node like a blur, it'll just add it directly down into the tree and it'll connect that output to the two outputs we have connected. So we can't do that to add it to just one of our lines. What we have to do is take our blur, which I'm just going to take from the top bar over here, hold down shift and place it into the tree. If we put this over here and add another transform node and put it into that same spot before it, we can scale it down and move it around. So now we can see this is all blurry and smaller. Let's actually do an effect where, say you have a vertical video and you want the background of this vertical video on a regular size video to be all blurry. Let's take out this blur and let's reset this transform real quick. And let's go ahead and add our blur into this other node, which is behind it, because remember, this tree, this up and down tree right here, is being put over this background. And this branch is being put over this, which is now blurry. This is our final output over here on the right, because our media out is showing what we're seeing in the final view, which it currently isn't blurry because it's being covered up by this one. Now that we have that going for us, let's actually take this transform now and scale it way down, and we can see that the background is all sorts of blurry. If we take it up, we can see it's even more blurry, and if we wanted to, we can even add a shadow node, and now we have a shadow over the background. We can bump up the blurriness just to make it even more blurry so it's even more obscured. And as we play through, you'll see nothing's actually currently happening. I do have other things happening on the screen. You can tell by the mouse moving, but we can see this is a great way to turn this video that was just a simple screen recording into something a little bit more interesting. It gets complicated really fast in Fusion. So if you need to take it slow, I suggest watching these videos over here, because it's really going to help you understand it. Casey Ferris is a really smart guy. His Fusion courses are amazing, and I really recommend watching all of his stuff. That is about it for piping nodes and other nodes. In the next episode, we'll be talking about the masking basics of Fusion. So check out that video right over here, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a great one, guys. Hope you guys had a good one. Really do. The next one's going to be interesting. I already talked about this a little bit in the last video, but we're going to be talking about all sorts of mask stuff. Talking about the circle, the polygon, B-spline, all sorts of fun stuff.